You may be familiar with REVE, the AI image generator, and you may also know that it recently updated to 2.0, and there's been a little bit of controversy around the quality and the new layout. However, there's some new updates that just launched that I think makes sense to the layout and provides perhaps a new Photoshop killer. Welcome, my name is Rosh, the co-host of the Creative AI Show, where we are two creative guys talking AI. And in this video, we're going to explore the new image editing update available at REVE. And I think you're going to like what you see here because there's a lot of opportunities. And there's some things here that you can do now that you may not have realized you could do before. Let's start with an image. First of all, this is one thing I like about the new layout now, because you have your image here and off to the side you can see the image in its full glory. And let's say in this image, let's remove the dog. So we'll just tell in chat, remove the dog. Family photo. And this should take not quite a minute. So here's the original image. And then here's the image without the dog. So obviously there had to be some adjustments because there was the gap with the dog. Now I will tell you, when there's such a big element taken out of the scene like this, it's not always perfect. You could see a little bit right here at the hands. Looks like they're holding hands, but there are times it actually totally messed up the hands. Let me show you. So here's a family with the dog removed. And actually, the hands actually may have been a little funny all in the beginning. So wherever I got this photo, but I can see some morphing and movement here. It's not perfect, but you can see we tried a few different things. And it can be a little rough, especially with hands or more complex details behind what you're trying to remove. So you should keep that in mind. Okay, we have a fresh album here. Add an image. All right, here's an image. Let's turn the background purple. And then we're going to do something that you may not have realized you could do. And that is actually add what some of the AI platforms would call ingredients or elements that you can now add to the image. And not only that, you can now bring your images to life on REVE. And I'll show you how to do that. So we turn the background purple. Now let's add something. We'll get to the chef with spaghetti in a moment. Let's add this butterfly. So the butterfly is now red and is flying next to the model. And there is a red butterfly, but no, did not give me the butterfly that I added. Let's see how we would do this properly. So I started a new album and I added the original image with the blue background, the purple butterfly, and I've also added a red wagon. And now I'm going to say, all right, model pulls red wagon and butterfly is flying next to her. Let's see if it gets it right. We have all three images here. Oh, so one thing that I have seen in the demonstrations is that you can use the numbers of those images and say at number 2, say this is number 2, at number 2 is flying and or is now blue. So you can actually identify the different elements or the different images by the image number, which I did not do here. Right, here we go. But it did work out. It did work out. Let's take a look. This one was a variation, obviously, that it gave us. There we are, our model. I like that one. So it worked out. Let's try again. Let's see if we can't switch something out now. So as you can see, it's called number 2. So at 2, see, perfect. So it highlights, replaces the wagon, and the background is purple. Let's check it out. So you can see it's talking about the shovel. So I'd even mentioned shovel. Oh, well, yeah, I did. So that, okay, there's that shovel. There's that shovel. Here's the new, yeah, it changed too much. It changed too much. Oh, there's, okay, but the background, oh, that changed the person. But this is our model. There we go. So yeah, that's our model, but we said change the purple background. I didn't say change the cityscape into a purple background. So we got what we asked for exactly right here. So lesson learned, be very specific about that background. If you just want to change the very specific background, say change the cityscape background purple or something like that. Or the dress, turn the dress green. And here we go. And it's the exact same model. That's our shovel that we added. That's our little butterfly, but we turn the dress green. Okay, let's get on to the chefs. Uploading a chef image. So here's our chef image. And now we want to, because there are other elements in this, I want to make sure we're dealing with the chef. So we'll just say @1, add meatballs to the spaghetti. And here we go. We have meatballs with our spaghetti. And if we look at the hands, they're like this hand right here. That's kind of weird. Make note, that was not from Rev. These are images created elsewhere. And I brought them into Rev because I didn't want, I wanted a different platform to create the images that then it needs to interpret. I'm sure if you are, and we'll do that next, changing elements within a Rev created image, my guess is it'll go a little bit better. But here's something you may not realize you can do. You can bring your image to life. And it does have sound. How is that? Well, it's Veo 3, Google's platform. Go up to 8 seconds. Resolution. Sound is on. So as a chef slurps the spaghetti and says how great it tastes. Here we go. So here we go.
Oh,
and
that's magnificent. The sauce, the texture, perfect. Oh, that's magnificent.
Okay, I mean, the physics are pretty
good. The sauce,
good,
the texture.
But obviously the sound, the voice, that didn't work because he was still eating and his mouth was not moving. And we only created one version, and I would assume that with another version, it would work out okay. So I'm not going to create another version because we're going to get right into creating an image within Rev, do an edit, and bring that one to life. I have a feeling it's going to work out a little bit better. And also make note, you can save specific frames within your videos. So let's say we want that one. We can save that frame. And now it's here, and we can edit that frame, such as turn chef's eyes blue. And here we are. Whoa, that is blue. That one's better. Yeah, that's a little much, but let's start off with a brand new, fresh board. And let's have a racing motorcycle racing down a curvy mountain road. We'll leave all the details up to the AI, such as the rider, the color of the motorcycle, style, and so forth. Here we go. We have two horizontals, and let's see what that one looks like. That's good. I like this one. Let's change the motorcycle to blue. Change the motorcycle to blue. So here's our one edit, and then we'll bring it to life. There we are. Blue motorcycle and yellow helmet. Now we'll bring it to life. I'm not sure how we're going to do a landscape. Sound on. Duration. I'm not sure why we have fewer. Let's see. I don't have not available with references. Okay. So you can go directly from prompt to video, and it tells you how much energy you have left, which this will take 16, which is points or credits or tokens. Let's see what happens. Oh, let's add something. Motorcycle loudly speeds down mountain road. Here we go. I'm curious to see what happens going from the vertical to horizontal. Here's our horizontal, and looks like the yellow helmet, blue bike, and yeah, I mean, it moved over a little bit, but it's the same mountain road. And let's see if it's loud like we asked for. Nice feel. Nice physics to this. Much better overall. Now, I don't know if, say, I think Rev does a better job in many cases now. Like some of those images that we were playing with before some of them were from Midjourney, and the quality of especially hands were not great. Originally, I thought it was Rev that was making that mistake in the recreation or in the edit, but it turned out really not to be so much the case as it really was the original image quality. So give Rev some credit points back on that. I think overall, Rev has had some struggles when they've upgraded to their second version, because their first version was such a big upgrade and really almost was number one as it was launched the first time around. And two, again, back and forth. But you have to be very specific. You have to get to know this platform. The one thing that these AIs don't do is read your mind. And when you leave key elements out, like that background, I said, turn the background purple. I didn't say the city scene, and it did exactly what I asked it to do. But I wanted the city scene turned back purple like the time before. So you have to be very clear with your instructions. But it is a nice, easy to use platform that gives you the opportunity now to create a number of different scenes, to edit them, and then bring them to life using Google's VO 3.1. Let me know what you think about Rev in the comments below. And of course, if you want to hear more about AI for the creative, check into the Creative AI Show every Monday on this YouTube channel in your favorite podcast location, where we are two creative guys talking AI.